Hello there, everybody. How's it going? I've got some really cool ideas for this set, this page. I put a little bit of gesso down on here, which this Baroque, not Baroque. The page is splitting. So I'm going to go in here with a little bit of fabric. Generally, I would use the tape. But since this page is done, I really don't want to mess that up, right? Let's do the other side so I get a good raggedness. Okay. You know, with the with the way that things got ruined with that page that I was trying to repair things, you know, it compromised the book all the way through. And so now I just kind of have to go back and make sure that it's as good and as strong as I can make it. And that means that I'll be redoing this page somewhat because I want this page to have a similar feel as what this other page had. So I'm going a little bit backwards or redoing the same work, but you know, it's worth it. It was really beautiful. And once you see what I've got planned for that, oh, you're gonna love it. Love it. And it'll all be okay. It'll be different than what it was originally planned to be. That's pretty typical in my world. And it's best to just kind of keep an open mind about things. This is just a piece of purple calico cotton fabric. And I'm using cotton fabric over the athletic tape because I want it to kind of work in with the painting, the piece. I want it to all work together instead of, you know, being a white piece of tape. Use the fabric on top. Use the other stuff underneath. Athletic tape where you can hide it. Okay, it's going to have to dry a little bit. Make sure it's nice and down. This is called Repair. Repair 101. Now, I'm definitely I'm not finishing most of these pages as I go along. Some of them are completely finished, but most of them really aren't. Because I will go back with final embellishments. I will go back with you know, putting danglies in, or all those other good things. They all have to be done. Alright, so since I did it to that side, I might do it to that side. I don't know. I want to let this dry before I mess around with that too much. So I put a quick layer of gesso on this frame here. I'm just going to go through and put one more quick layer. Ah! Great. Oh my God. I'm a little tired today. Oh, get my foot up elevated. I went to the doctor yesterday and had my foot worked on. I can't say it's a lot of fun, that's for sure. I won't go into the gruesome details, but they're kind of gruesome. Kind of gruesome what they did. Oh well. Yeah. Oh, I'm just putting white gesso over the top of that. Probably not what I want to do. I actually probably want to squirt a little bit of walnut stain into that. Because why not? Let's see if I have any more purple. Do I have purple? I don't think I have purple. This Mermaid Lagoon might help out up there though. So obviously what we are able to tell here is that this is going to get all changed, isn't it? Again. Stay flexible. Now this is a kind of an industrial heat gun. Okay. My hair is going to drive me crazy. Making sure it's all the way pushed down in there. I like how that fabric worked in there. It's a good color choice. Okay. This will look absolutely ridiculous. If you could see my hair right now, it's ridiculous. Okay, nobody's here. Not expecting company. Okay. Bam, bam. Okay, so that's pretty well dry there. Good. And we kept most of that together. That's good. Now I'm going to put a little bit of gesso down on these pages. It's generally easier to work one page at a time. Okay, is this dry enough to where we find these guys? I just don't want it to stick to each side. That's the worst. Let's put in that fabric strip. Do it to one side, you should do it to the other. Let's have some continuity in all of this, I suppose, huh? Again, we're adding bulk to the inside of the book. Not always a great thing to do. This thing already is so fatty. It's an extreme fatty book. Please don't stick to each other. Okay, Put some heat on that. Don't put heat gun too close to Mod Podge. This thing is hot. Sorry, I just went from being chilled to hot. Okay. I don't want to melt it. I don't want to overdo it. Alright, we're going to cut a slat in this. There and there. Okay. Mm-hmm. Fabric, it's going to do that. So, the question becomes, do we put fabric on this whole thing, or do I do just more texture? I think the more texture is kind of the way I want to go. Since we already got gesso on this side, and I think we're okay on this side, let's just do this. And push this down into that crevice as much as we can. There. See? There. Alright. This is going to be delicate work here, kids. Peoples. My peeps. My beings. Those that I adore. A beautiful deep purple is due to the Pinata Passion Purple. I really need to figure out how to prop this up from underneath. There we go. And I need to get a paintbrush available. Here's my other one. That'll check this guy. I think we're good. Okay. And I do want to make sure that I do kind of get in these edges. That is a priority, to get into that. This is the Mermaid Lagoon. So it's a water-soluble over ink base. Water-soluble ink over an alcohol ink base. Oops, I'll just... I don't want to see inside white edges, right? Okay, so now we learned with the crackle paste stencil that now this had gold painted over the top of it. The crackle paste works best if we This is London Blue. Have the paper kind of saturated with color. So we're transitioning a bit from that purple background, and we're going to bring it over into more of the blues. I know. I know it changes things. I know it does. Gotta make it work, though, right? Alright, let's bring out the damask stencil. Alright, let's sop up some of that ink. We don't want all that ink there. How is that doing? Okay, that's okay. Let's oh, these baby wipes. You want one and 10 comes out. Is that what happens when you have a kid? I mean, that'd be really hard having a poopy butt and then trying to get out one or two. Alrighty. Losing stuff. Oh gosh, now everything's so packed on here again. Need to be putting my foot up, not under. There it is. No, that's the wrong one. Okay, we're gonna try it. This is my Art Extravagance. Such a dumb name. Sorry guys, that's a horrible name. I can't hardly pronounce it. And yes, I know I have issues with pronouncing everything, but come on. Oh, that doesn't look very good right there. That's gonna be really mushy. Again, the request for a stencil, where the stencil will go all the way into the edges of the page. I think I've got it pretty well propped up here though. Wait till you see what I've got in store for this. It's going to be beautiful. I hope it's going to turn out the way I see it in my brain. Okay, I am going to pull this over onto this. Because I don't just like that flat fabric sitting there. Everything's going to be integrated into my pieces, you know that. No just flat pieces of tape hanging out. It's just ugly. In my book, do what you want to do in your book. Wait, are you putting that stencil over stuff you've already stenciled? Probably a little bit. But why would you do that? Why not? Got messed up. I gotta fix it. I gotta make it work. This is fixing the issue. Yeah. Gotta go wash this right away. For now, I'm just gonna set it there for 2 seconds until I clean up my insides. I want to make sure this folds again. All right, contaminating my goop. What the heck here? We don't want that to be where we don't want that to be, right? Okay, let that dry. Look at the blues already coming through. That's pretty cool. And I also like what's happened in the background with the way that that painting happened with the alcohol ink and the spray. It's going to give me a similar feeling to what I did over here, but that didn't have gesso on it. This has gesso. That's why you're getting that lighter to the darker. But I love what that's creating. All right. This texture paste takes a while to dry. Unfortunately, it really does. So I'll be back in a bit. Maybe I'll get that second video up today on Pocket Pages. And, well, maybe I'll work on a third one for Altered Book. I can't give them all to you at once, though, right? Then you get oversaturated. All right. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. We'll come back. We'll come back when it's dry. All right. Bye-bye. Hello. Welcome back. Okay. The book is drying. And I am going to work on the centerpiece for my hanging. I have different options. I also make jewelry, which some of you may or may not know. You probably don't know. These are so pretty. I'm definitely making a pair of earrings out of those. It's going to be gorgeous. So, here, this bead goes across the top here, comes out both sides. This is a piece of ocean jasper. Let's see what we've got here. This is how I design my jewelry, by the way. I put little bits here and little bits there and see what works for me. That's probably going to be too long. Now these also had little white pieces in between. Oh, come on. Being so difficult. See, they're all right there. They're just being poopers. All right, we're going to try this with this copper wire first and see. Tools. A regular fingernail clippers will cut this. You don't need any special tools. So, nice, it fits through there. And I do want it long enough to where... Oh, that would be a really cool necklace. Wouldn't that be a great necklace? Wow. Except that this wire absolutely kinks. So... Now, the question is going to be, will any of these beads fit through both of these strands? And I think the answer is going to be no. Okay, so it's only going to fit through one. So, how about if we do some wire wrapping? Wish I had my pliers. Okay. So we're going to choose one wire to be main. I've never been proficient at wire wrapping, I'm just telling you now. I need my pliers. Okay. This is just a little... Okay, so that's not going to let me do that. Huh. Not liking what that's doing there. Okay. Do I like that? I just don't want to poke my eye out. That'd be just horrible. Poke my eye out, go along with my foot, huh? Alright, so my biggest concern is if it's hanging straight. Right. this little guy on first. Let's put this guy on. So I want to wrap this better. Because this has the potential to be incredible. And sometimes if you just halfway do things, you know, it just isn't... why halfway do something? Why halfway do it? Do it to the best that you can. All right. So this is going to be my lead. This is going to be my wrap. Much better. Don't poke your eyes out. I say as that swings by me every single time. Okay, so I've given myself more room. I want this to be down here. Okay. All right. What we're going to do, I'm going to put this little guy on. I think the copper with these blues will be really beautiful. And remember, I don't really have any type of exact idea of how this is going to work. I don't have any exact idea on how the layout in general is going to work. Yeah. I think that will be long enough. I don't think we can add any more. The only thing that I would have really enjoyed adding to this is, I think this would have picked up the color really well. But I don't think I have room for it. So, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap somehow. This. Nope. Okay. All right. Let's push this down. Ooh, not that much. Dang it. Not that much. Hold on. There we go. There we go. All right. I'm bringing it over to here. I can wrap. And we're going to go here, and then here, here. And what I'm looking for is just a pretty design. You know, I'm not looking for anything necessarily in particular here. That's pretty. Okay, let's put this white guy in there. Let's wrap it around that. Bring it down. All right. Alright, understanding that we need to keep this flat as possible too. Let's just try to keep the wire wrapping on the same side. Pull it around here to there. Okay, I'm just going to come up over the top. Just going to wrap. I'm going to kind of pull it through there if I can. Ooh, I got one more wrap out of it. Oh goodness. I don't think I want to try, but it's gotta. It's my front. So this, I want to go back here just a touch more. That's kind of pretty, isn't it? Too long? I'm pulling it back here, seeing if I can't get some of that wrap left on it. And just got one too many wraps there. If I did it a second time, I'd do it perfect. I think that's pretty close. I don't think I need to redo it. Let's undo this one more, two more. Okay. So remember, this is going to go on the inside of the pages that we already made. The corrugated part, do I like this? Do I like that this is going to have a pattern in here? I think that'll be okay. But definitely what we can't have is we cannot have that be white at all. How do we want to address that? How about with some ground espresso? And truly, I want it painted all through all of this. I'm going to just drop the pigment right into it. Let's grab out a brush. Little brush. I don't want a big brush. Just want a little brush. Perfect. Sure as heck I'm not going to have that page ruined because of being lazy, right? Look at that. Perfect. Now remember, when I'm going to glue this in, that this is not, of course, a permanent ink. It's mostly permanent-ish, but not. I'm getting the last of the daylight. Now, how to attach it. I was thinking I was going to have a backing to it, but I don't think I need that. Save that for another day. Tie. Oh, close your lids. I need a sharp, pokey thing. This is a sharp, pokey thing, but I don't think it's going to be sharp or pokey. Oh, it was! Awesome. I think the only reason why it was because I hit the right spot, and we definitely want to be sure we're in the dead center of this drop. Where is my ruler? This one we'll have to do. 3, be 1.5. Should be right here. 1.5. There. Got it pretty close. Now I'm also going to put one out here at 2 and at 1. Because remember, I'm still wrapping this. I don't know what's going to... Oh, do not do that. Where's my lid? Everything's a mess. Okay. It's best not to get the stain onto the jewels, right? Let's not ruin that. Just when you think it's dry, something comes out and gets all over something and ruins it. Kind of feeling what that's going to do, doesn't it? It's just kind of squishing out of that cardboard. And I am kind of compressing this cardboard a little. You know, it's going to be another fat page because this is a 1/4 of an inch thick. So that automatically is going to give it depth, girth, bigness. Bigly. It's bigly. I hate that word. Alright, let's get this off of my hands if I can. Am I making it better or making it worse? Let's make sure. Should be safe now, I think. My hands are artist's hands. What if? Come here. A bratty little thing. I think these beads, I think they all came from Michael's. If you wait till they have their bead sale, which they have quite often, you can pick them up pretty cheap. And then you can also make beautiful jewelry out of them, if you so desire. another hole over here. Come on. Go in. There. There. Turning it in towards the cardboard, trying to make that kind of stab into there. Now this one needs something, doesn't it? This one. Don't need this one. I think it needs the more expensive jewel, personally. I need the big guy, maybe. Let's see. Make sure it says what you want it to say. Now, do I try to attach it in like this? Which I think I can still get it in there. Wow, that's really interesting. Do I want that? Is that what I want? I think it's beautiful. I wish this wasn't such a big space. But I would only change it by a quarter, you know, maybe an eighth of an inch. So that's just me being incredibly nitpicky. That is not me being realistic. Okay, careful. My X-Acto blade is loose. Really don't need to slice through my fingers. That would just be par for the course. All right, get your little tool out here, stab it in there. All right, I want it to definitely look like it's suspended, so we're gonna have to back that up just a little bit. Let it hang just enough so that, which means we're just gonna have to stab it in here. Now, this cardboard is starting to get compromised, which isn't surprising. I've been kind of working the crap out of it. Why am I making sure that this is absolutely flat? I'm making it sure that it's absolutely flat because it's going to be going inside those 2 pages, that inside that frame that I'm making. So there, now we got it nice and flat. And we're going to have to do the same with this. We're going to have to flatten it down as much as we can. And also flatten this side down. Okay. I wonder where that's coming off of. Oh, probably off of there. Okay. Okay. Oh, Band-Aid's coming up again. Damn it. All right. Still wet. Can you see it? Gotta go up just a touch. I think that's pretty incredible. The only thing, and you're going to scream at me, I want this stone darker. It's a porous stone. It's already been dyed once. This stone does not come out of the ground like this. I know, it's risky. The little brown. Copper Sharpie. If I didn't like the Copper Sharpie, I can take it off with alcohol ink. I just was thinking it would be really nice to have an edge along it. That's why I picked it up. And it is nice to have an edge on it. There we go. Let's take the edge on the back. Because this will get seen on both sides when you turn the page. Now, part of me actually wants to take in a black line. That one's scarier, isn't it? Just dragging it along the outer edge. Again, if I don't like it, there is alcohol that takes it off. Flip over to the front. Why, that's something else. Wowee. I could do something to hook it on here so that when it turns, it stays in place. But I don't know if it needs it. It seems pretty stable. Gotta let that book dry. Gotta get the other side done before I can put this in. But let's have you look at it this way. Or this way. Okay, I like it. I can't wait for stuff to dry. It's really taking forever. I might have to do something about it because I want to install. Okay, all right, guys. Chat with you soon. Or, wait. Can I get going on this next part? This has a big bubble. Bubble o' trouble. You know, part of it is I took the heat gun to it to try to, you know, make it go faster. It just doesn't want to go faster. This stuff all dried fine. Oh, this is over the top of that fabric that was wet, you know, so let's just see what we can do here. We're gonna make that work to our favor. Right? But I'm not gonna sit and wait for it anymore. I think this side looks cool. I put a squirt of blue over the top of that. Probably shouldn't have. Okay, let's go back and paint it. Oh, right. The color, you know, when you have that ink underneath, the difference, I think the reds come through really, really well. The blues do come through well. This didn't have the sopping paint on it. Look at that puppy together. It's causing it to bubble. That's what it did on this page, is it bubbled. Whew, that's hot. Dry. If I close that, it's going to stick together. You know it is. I know it is. All I want to do is close it so I can work on the other page. Okay, there is fabric under there. I think I'm feeling the fabric as much as I'm feeling the rubber texture paste. The fabric comes up just a little bit right there. Stick it down. Stick it down. It's pretty. I don't love this upper part up here. Some Timber Brown stays on. Let's see what we got here. Those of you who know me know I'm not afraid to use it. It's good to see other people are learning how to use it too, huh? That's quite interesting through there. All right, let's make sure that all of our inner edges are black, dark as we can make them. You know, we don't want a piece of white sticking up here. That would be the last thing that we would want for our page. We want to make sure we get all the edges. Okay, this seems not okay here. So we've got a whole nother stencil to do on this side. And we're also going to make sure that the inside of these are dark so that we don't have white edges here. No white edges, kids. Everything can always be a bit more scruffy. All right. Get that brown in there. Feels like my Timber Brown's drying out again. All I have to say to that is no! No, don't dry out. All right, this is definitely a different color background than this. Oh well. I don't mind it. It's just different. And I think I'll probably go back over the stencil again here with just to brighten up some of that blue that got in there. This does not feel too sticky anymore. So let's stick in a piece of plastic like we had before. Now, we have light blue, we have gold, we have orange fire page. We don't have any green fire page or red. What's going to look best as a background behind here? Opposite of blue is orange, right? Change up my craft sheet. All right. So you have yellow, red, blue, purple, green, orange. Opposite of blue is going to be orange, but we already have an orange page, so we don't need another orange page. But let's look at that. Let's see how it looks with the orange. Okay, that's quite beautiful. And then let's see how it looks against this kind of green. Again, very stunning. Against more purple. What if I did a rich brown mahogany page? I'm just trying to get an idea of color, what color to put behind it. That's all I'm trying to do. What color will stay harmonious if we stay with the purple, blue, green? They're all going to be complementary. Or blue, purple, red is also complementary. I'm thinking red. Why not? We haven't done it right. This has enough green in it. It does have enough green in it that the red should be high enough contrast that we should get some really interesting red and oranges. We kind of already have done that, but I have no problem doing a second fire page. So I'm going to start this out the same way I did before, which is to put a layer of gesso down. I'm also going to put this in between there. Now I don't want to totally cover up that fabric strip, but this page isn't going to be purple either. I didn't know what the page was going to be, so that fabric strip is still wet. I'm still picking up pigment from it. But of course, as we know, the pigment that is in this is water soluble. So. Oh, you know what this needs? That's what's missing on the other page. Dang it. Alright, let's just put the gesso down. It's silly to keep going because I know what I'm going to do next. But it protects the page. Gesso really does just protect the page. It's alright. Okay. This is going to make all the difference, I promise. Let the gesso dry a bit. These are the best pages ever. I like the closeness of the lettering there. There was one that had more wide-spaced stuff that I kind of liked. There. Beautiful, isn't that? Pages. Amazing. Rhyming words. Okay, so you guys all know how to put these on.